Hey guys, welcome back to another chat with me. So I have a bit of a finished object parade for you guys today. I have 3 finished objects, one of which is my Engel sweater. Yay! So excited to have this one done. So this one is a Caitlin Hunter pattern that I started all the way back in September and just kind of kept putting aside. I got the color work done kind of quick, and then just kind of, I think maybe it was the sleeves. I just started getting on other projects and never finished it. And then it actually took me like a good solid week just to weave in the ends. But it's done, it is blocked, the ends are all woven in, and I actually finished it up on a snow day, which is very fitting with the snowflakes. So this one, let's see, what did I do? So like I said, this is a Caitlin Hunter pattern, and I made a couple mods to them. The biggest one is that I knit 2 sizes down from what I measured. So I would typically knit like a small size. I think that was like what I would have measured for, but I knit the extra, extra small because this is like an oversized sweater and I wanted it to be a bit more fitted. Now, it's pretty oversized. Like I definitely have a good amount of, can y'all like kind of see? I definitely have like a good amount of ease, but the key is that it fits me really well right here, which I think is probably the point where you don't want it to be too small. But the body's really cute. Let's see if I can show you. Can you see? Oops, bum shot. But it's really cute. It kind of hits me right at the hips, maybe a little longer than your typical sweater. But the fit is really beautiful. I did decrease down the sleeves to give them a bit more fitted look as opposed to the more loose one. But I love it. I didn't make any other changes. I knit this with Cardiff cashmere yarn in this pretty light gray color, which is 518, and then a dark gray, which will be on my Ravelry page, the number that it is, because but yeah, I wouldn't have made any other changes. I did mention this like back when I started it, but the one thing that I probably would have done differently is I would not have put these little eyelet yarn over things right in between the color work, because you do see the contrast color in back of them. I would have just let them off. That's just, if you're thinking about knitting the sweater, that's just something to think about. It doesn't look bad. Like you can obviously see my black tank top through it. But it might be a personal preference thing. I think I probably would have left them off if I had thought about it. But everything else, I just love it. It's just such a cute sweater. Really, really cute. And really soft. Like this yarn, even though it's DK, it's very, very light. It's like cloud-like. It's very, very light and kind of fuzzy, but not too warm. So hopefully I'll wear it quite a bit. And it's what, February, but we're actually headed down south next week, so won't be wearing it next week, but so let's see. So the next thing I finished was actually a test knit that I did for Jen of Webster Street Knittery. Would you look at this beautifulness? My beautiful pink fluffy cloud. So this is a cow that she has releasing in, I think, a week. I want to say a week. Look for it around the 22nd, 23rd. But it essentially is alternating rows of a fingering weight yarn, particularly a single, and mohair. Isn't it just gorgeous? And I knit the cowl version, but she also has a pattern for the double loop, like infinity scarf. It is literally light as a cloud, super cozy. Who would have thought that you could wear like mohair right here? I kind of would have thought it would have been itchy, but it is not. It is beautiful. And speaking of which, so the yarn I use, so let's see here. So the single is La Bien-Aimée. They're merino singles in peony graffiti. And as you can kind of tell, it has like beautiful, I'm gonna take it off. It has like beautiful kind of teal, purple, gold. It's really pretty. Speckles in it. And then the mohair is Mighty Mo from the Farmer's Daughter Fibers in the color Monarch. is just gorgeous. I love this so much. There's so many good possibilities. And she even, a lot of people actually did, oops, sorry, it's got a hair on it. A lot of people did a contrasting like border on theirs. I just decided to keep the same yarn, but so many possibilities, so beautiful. Definitely be on the lookout for this. Jen, Webster Street Knittery, love it. The third thing I finished was a hat that I actually started at Vogue Knitting Live. So I took a mosaic knitting class from Andrea Mowry, and this is her pattern, Tincture. So for the class, she had you start and do the brim, and then we did part of the mosaic pattern in the class while she kind of taught us her tips and tricks and how-tos for mosaic knitting. And I put this on Instagram, but so I was like your typical high school student and didn't do my homework and hadn't knit the brim until like 20 minutes before class. I like cast it on and started. So I obviously did not do like a gauge swatch. So it was definitely a little bit big. When I finished, the hat was definitely on the big side, and I kind of put up a red flag saying, what should I do? Should I wet block it? Because if you've ever knit mosaic before, or even just any kind of like color work, you really have to like block them for your stitches to look pretty and even and nice. And this was no exception. So I made it with Yoth yarn, their neighbor yarn, and in the color bronze and in the color cream. And V of Yoth pretty much was like, hey, just throw it in the dryer for like a little teeny bit and watch it like a hawk. So I did that, and I think it kind of worked. Like, it's definitely not tight, but it's not huge either. What do y'all think? It's a little different for me, isn't it? Like the colors and stuff, I think they're a little bit warmer than what I normally work with, but I like it. I feel like it's actually like kind of a fall color palette. I think I'm gonna put a big fluffy brownish pom on it because I put poms on all my hats. But it's cute, and it was such a cute pattern. It didn't come in different sizes, but I think it'd be easy to size down just by like the increment that you're doing the pattern in. And I actually think this would make a really cute like kid baby hat, like really, really cute. So I might do that in the future. So there's that. And then let's see. So that's all my finished projects. And then what I'm actually working on. So this month I did start my February socks because I always have to have a pair of plain socks on the needles, and I am housing them very appropriately in my heart bag with the beautiful crushed velvet and beautiful sparkly heart. This is from Jules of So Sweet Violet, and I am like obsessed with this, and it makes perfect sense for February. And I'm knitting this ridiculously gorgeous yarn from Bethany of Woolberry Fiber Co. So this is her berry cashmere yarn, which is a gorgeous MCN. I mean, it is so, so yummy. And this is in their color Flower Shop. And it's one of her berry yarn club colors, like for this month. And I immediately got it. I immediately cast it on. Need to make some serious progress on these babies, but oh my gosh, they are so yummy. This yarn is so, so yummy. I did a little like question on Instagram the other day where I was like, do you like fluffy, soft sock yarn, or do you like hard wearing? And it was maybe a little divided, but I would say more people like fluffy soft. I'm definitely a fluffy soft kind of girl. And I have one more thing that I'm working on very quickly. This is actually another test knit using both mohair and a single yarn, but in like a totally different way. So this is a test knit for Natalie, who is Knitty Natty on Instagram. And then she also has a podcast called Love and Stitches. And this is an amazing infinity scarf that I'm making for her, kind of in this awesome pattern using both mohair and this single kind of bulky yarn. And I'm knitting it with, what am I using? So the bulky yarn is this gorgeous color from Artistic Lily called Vintage Forest. And then this is, I don't know how to pronounce this, guys. Iciger? I don't know. In their silk mohair and the color 0. So yeah, that's it. Oh, and it's living in my gorgeous little cactus bed from the Little Tailoress. But that's about it, guys. I hope you guys have a great week. We are off down south for vacation, and I will talk to you guys when we get back.